It's funny, when we weren't talking about spoilers, you could tell I didn't like it, but I wasn't as animated. But once I actually started talking about it...
You went in such a fucking tangent about all the things you wanted to add to it.
I wanted... I basically was talking about the things that I thought would make it good. Is it recording now?
Let me super double make sure. Alright, and I see the little time going.
Okay. Alright, so...
Sorry it cut off.
Before I was rudely interrupted, so what I was talking about...
technology.
By technology. Fucking technology. Alright, so... What I was saying was, if you want us to believe that these are not robots, or if you're trying to sell us on the idea that they are eternals, they're actual eternal beings, they're not created. Like, the robot twist doesn't work if we don't believe that they are real people. And if you want us to connect to them as real people, you have to show us them being people. When you're talking about Olympia, show us Olympia. Show us, yes, you fucking can.
It doesn't exist.
CGI is a thing. It was in the movie. I know it. It exists. Do a CGI scene. I don't care. Make this perfect utopian planet that is their planet of Olympia. Yes. They already have a false memories. That's clearly presented in the movie that they have these false memories.
What false memory?
Of Olympia. They all believe they're from this planet. They remember the planet.
They don't say they remember. They just know they're from
Yes,
Olympia.
they do.
What do they say?
They don't say anything. They just say they're from Olympia, which is part of the problem that I'm discussing.
Well, what I'm saying is, like, they don't explain anything about Olympia. Then how's that proof that it doesn't matter? I don't care.
See? You're starting to get it. If you want us to believe that they're from this planet Olympia, you have to show us Olympia. Also, I want more of them in the past. Even a montage of them fighting deviants through the generations, I want that. I want to see them fighting it. You have to establish why we should give a shit. And that is one of the easiest ways. Show us their planet. Show us them fighting deviants.
I think there would have been a whole
bunch.
You
showed us the first time they fought deviants when they first showed up, and then you showed us in fucking Tenochtitlan. Like, you didn't even show us... they said, well, they're all gone. Cool. Well, now the conquistadors are... Just fucking show me! It's a movie. It's a visual medium. Show me!
I think there would have been tons of different ways to make this movie more enjoyable in terms of the plot, characters. I don't think they would have had to do any of the stuff he's saying. I don't think any of it's necessary. I honestly also think if they just moved around the beats of the movie and didn't have the focus beyond the plot twist, then it could have been a lot more entertaining, because I was in it until I realized there was no plot, and then I was just waiting for something to happen.
The plot twists in the movie are basically Ajax knowing that the planet's going to die.
Yeah.
And then Icarus also knew that the planets are going to die because she told him right when they broke up.
Then the plot twist of the whole religion of the MCU. Which is this is why it's annoying to me. Okay, so this is obviously a very integral part of the MCU. It's never mentioned at all. Like, it doesn't fucking matter. And all of a sudden, it's the basis of the whole universe.
Well, we hadn't seen anything truly cosmic on this level before.
Like, we're 26 movies in, like, oh, by the way, this is what's actually going on. And it's not a one-off movie.
By the way,
this is the basis of the whole, MCU. This is canon.
By the way, you're introducing this cosmic level threats after we literally just got, like, the whole multiverse concept.
Oh, yeah, and that's another thing. I wonder if the whole multiverse thing is they're trying to keep it separate from this so that way they can have their own pacing for the show and their own pacing for the movies. You know what I'm saying?
Kinda.
Because the pacing of the shows with what you're learning as the shows progress is saying pretty good continuity, good consistency.
So...
And the movies are going left field with Black Widow and freaking...
So I understand what they were trying to do. So this was where they said they, quote-unquote, broke the formula. The third act...
That was just my theory. Is that actually what they were saying?
Yeah, that was like the thing they were pushing the entire time.
That's just what I thought.
The third act is shit. Because they do their big CGI fight, and like now, oh, by the way, Icarus is the real villain. The Deviants, don't worry about them. But you've been establishing the Deviants. This one evolves after stealing people.
It's not just Icarus.
It doesn't matter. It is
not just
mostly
Icarus.
Icarus. He's the main... He's the one who fights most of them to try and... And then Sprite, who stabs Cersei in the back. Literally, with a sword. By the way,
pretty funny.
but like 5 minutes later, it's fine. We're over it.
Yeah.
What?
What'd you think of the Unimind?
It's dumb. Even though I know it's in the comics.
I liked it. Oh, hey, stupid question.
Did Kingo get absorbed in the Unimind? Even though he was just like, hey, look, I know I don't agree with what y'all are doing, so I'm just going to bounce. How the fuck are you heroic? So you're telling me you've been making these Bollywood movies for 60 years plus the 7,000 years you've been on Earth, but you don't care enough about any of the humans on Earth enough to try and save the planet? The Celestial is worth more?
He's distracted.
No, he wasn't. He chose not to save anyone. Meanwhile, his
He's distracted
fucking
with his
manslave...
life.
Meanwhile, his fucking manslave is standing right
It's
next
not
to
his
him.
manslave.
He's been with him for 50 years.
That's his number one fan.
He's basically his slave. Anyway,
Fuck that.
so this manservant who's human, who has no
It's
way.
the same thing.
This manservant who was standing right fucking next to him, as Kingo was like, yeah, I think we should just let all the humans die. That's basically what he said. I'm cool with just letting all the humans die. And this dude who's been filming him the whole time.
Hold on, because
No, it's
those
terrible
Eternals, they said they had been through this millions of times. So
They didn't know that.
They found out.
But they did. To them, because they have the implanted memories, to them, this is the only Earth and only planet they've ever done this
Not
on.
anymore. They learned that it's wrong.
They learned that